The literal meaning of the word constant is constancy. Constant or fixed, unchanged. In mathematics, constant, or constant, is a constant value. Constants are used in various scientific disciplines as opposed to arbitrary variables. The definition of variable includes meaning capricious, not fixed. A declaration of something that has a variety of values in a programming language is also a symbol that represents a particular value. Variables known in sub-programs are called local variables, while those that are known in general, intact in one program are called global variables. History, or real events in the past is certain, not variable. Only its registers are affected by the subjective interest in power, which makes this uncertain, even ambiguous. This must be straightened out. Constant is a type of variable whose value cannot be changed. Value initialization is only done once at the beginning, after which it cannot be changed. Some constants are named after the discoverer. Examples of constants: c. Speed of light equals 299,792,458 meters per second. H. Planck's constant equals 6.626 x 10 to 34 joule seconds. G. Constant gravity equals 6.6742 x 10 to 11 m3 s2 kg1. Hubble constant equals 70 km per second mpc. Pi. Pi, the constant of the ratio of the circle to the diameter. The value is close to 3.1415926535897932384626443. E. The value is close to 2.71828128284590452353602887. Phi. Golden ratio. The value is close to 1.618033988749894848204586. So, constants is the provision whose value cannot be changed. Value initialization is only done once at the beginning. Afterwards it cannot be changed. The value, the number of years in recording real events in history, was true that year, not variable. If the numeric date in historical records is ambiguous or can be refuted, the truth, it needs to be corrected and revised. This is what happened to our country's history recording. The discoveries at the end of the 20th century showed that the cosmological constant was needed to explain the existence of dark energy. The cosmological constant is the density of space energy or vacuum energy that appears in the field equation in general relativity. This constant was introduced by Einstein in his theory of general relativity, so that the universe remains static. Einstein then discarded or abandoned the cosmological constant when observations showed that the universe is expanding or moving to expand. This is the biggest mistake in my life. Einstein, who once modified the nature of the general theory of relativity, felt that he had corrupted his own theory. He regretted so much that the addition of the cosmological constant was the biggest mistake in his life. Naturally, as an ordinary human, Einstein is not free from mistakes. Here we learn that mistakes are a very human nature. They can happen to anyone, including scientists of Einstein's caliber. Likewise in calculating the year in recording historical years in the archipelago Indonesia. Constants, or calculation provisions for historical years. On the inscription with the year, Saka, which has been calculated as must, starting in AD 78, is obsolete. Must be discarded or not used again, because it is proven that there are many historical facts that occurred before that year in the archipelago Indonesia. Error, or in polite languages, into an error, can happen to anyone, including scientists of Einstein's caliber, as well as the chroniclers of this country. That the year 78 AD is the year of the Saka, the ancestors of the archipelago, Indonesia, who in that year conquered King Salivahana of South India. It is not the beginning of the Saka year to calculate the number of years in the inscription calculation of this early Saka year, causing our history to be lost before the year 78 AD. Because, the fact is there is already an advanced civilization in this country. And if this is considered, into Kalafan. Until when do we want to be considered a primitive nation? The meaning. If we have found the number, constants, or decisions, of the early years of the calculation of the Saka year on the inscriptions, we will find many real facts that the history of the archipelago, Indonesia, is more advanced than what is written today. Jenny Wells constant. is the determination of the return of the bright light from the fire that once lit up the world, and the source of that flame has ever occurred and originated in this land. History naturally rotates towards the point where it has been passed, and the glory has ever occurred and will be repeated again with valid constants or constants. So now the time has come for the Jenny Sumuruping constant to happen again in this archipelago Indonesia. This nation's generation will understand who their ancestors really are. That his ancestors were not primitive, did not adhere to animism. Dynamism was also the philosophy of his teachings that colored 3/4 of the earth, which underlies the birth and growth of his three teachings in India. By Santo Saba.